Jenelle Evans, a teenage mother, is in a difficult position when it comes to the decision of whether or not to toss her estranged husband, David Eason, off the yacht that the pair has been living on since they separated earlier this year. Jenelle, who is 32 years old, can't evict David, who is 35 years old, because of the legalities involved in their divorce case. However, she will have to wait for the situation to play out in court before she can remove him. Following the couple's court session on Thursday, April 25, which was related to a second lawsuit about the protection order that Jenelle obtained against David, a source close to the couple disclosed some information regarding their living condition. Previously, it was claimed by the United States Sun that the former MTV star had been living on their yacht since February. This was owing to a stay-away order that had been issued against him by Jenelle's oldest son, Jace, who was 14 years old at the time. Jace had accused David of hitting him. David prolonged his stay on their yacht at a marina in North Carolina in an effort to facilitate the breakup of the couple's relationship. According to the source, Jenelle is unable to legally force him to leave at this time. It gets a little bit more complicated when there's a divorce action that's been filed, the source disclosed regarding the messiness of the situation. It's a little bit more complicated. So, everything that happened with the boat and any other personal belongings acquired during their marriage will have to be disposed of with the court's permission, despite the fact that the yacht is a distinct property, the insider stated. At this time, there is not really any legal avenue for Jenelle to evict David off of the boat. Before she takes any kind of action like that, she is going to wait for the court matter to be resolved. It truly is my sanctuary. Jenelle, a former television personality, said in her petition for a protection order that David had not given up the keys to the yacht despite her numerous demands for them. During the month of April, photographs that were obtained exclusively by the United States Sun showed David wandering about the docks while using an electric toothbrush. This occurred after he had washed his hair in the washroom of the marina. At around the same time, David posted a gushing video on TikTok about how much he cherished the boat and how much he adored living on it. "I call this place my home. It is the dwelling in which I reside." The formerly famous reality personality referred to it as my sanctuary. "I don't even bring people back here." For the time being, it seems like David will not be forced to defect, since there are more significant issues that need to be settled first in the divorce that he and Jenelle are going through. A story that was published in the United States Sun on Wednesday stated that the court in the divorce case between Jenelle and David made the custody of their daughter, Ensley, who is 7 years old, the primary concern. In light of the fact that Jenelle is striving for complete custody of Ensley, their only kid, the same insider disclosed that this matter need to be resolved as soon as possible. "We have 30 days to react to a civil case that has been served on someone in the state of North Carolina. My guess is that the 30 days have almost completely passed. In other words, the time to comment or reply has passed." The insider shared their explanation. The courts will then begin to place her on the schedule, and one of the first things that they will normally do, and based on what she has done, is she will attempt to set up interim child custody. This is because she has filed the paperwork. Therefore, that will most likely be the initial step. A second source asserted that Jenelle is optimistic that the court would rule in her favor, despite the fact that the first source acknowledged that Jenelle has not submitted any more paperwork in the divorce process that she and David are currently going through, other than the domestic violence restraining order. It was reported by the insider, who is close to Jenelle, that she had something major on David that she is keeping extremely close to her chest. There is little doubt that she intends to make use of this smoking gun during the course of her divorce from him. A disentanged family. David is also facing a third case in connection with the felony charges that he is facing for the alleged event that occurred in September with Jace. Despite the fact that David is required to maintain a safe distance from Jace in accordance with the stay-away order, Jenelle recently gave him permission to return home after an attempted break-in. Jenelle's manager stated to the United States Sun that the authorities had given their approval for David to temporarily move back in with the family in order to protect the family. In addition to Ensley and Jace, whom Jenelle has with her ex-husband Andrew Lewis, the former television personality is also a mother to Kaiser, and he is 9 years old. Kaiser was born to Jenelle and her ex-husband, Nathan Griffith. The counsel for Jenelle recently stated to the United States Sun that David has not made any attempts to get in touch with Ensley since the two of them broke up. U.S. Sun attempted to get a statement from David's representative but has not received a response as of yet. Jenelle Evans, the fiery star of Teen Mom 2, has never been one to shy away from drama. Her life, played out in the public eye for years, has been a roller coaster of relationships, legal battles, and personal challenges. But the latest chapter in her tumultuous relationship with ex-husband David Eason may be one of the most bizarre and frustrating yet. She can't evict him from their boat. Yes, a boat a symbol of freedom for some, but for Jenelle, it's become a prison of her unresolved past. David Eason, her on-again, off-again husband, has made their shared vessel his home, refusing to leave until the two face off in court. And until a judge makes a final decision, Jenelle is stuck in limbo, unable to reclaim what she believes is hers. Their relationship, which once seemed like a picture-perfect match made under the sun of North Carolina's coast, quickly unraveled into chaos. The once happy couple who boasted about their life on social media are now locked in a bitter struggle over property, children, and freedom. For Jenelle, the boat represents a chance to cut ties with David and sail into her own future, free from the shadows of their troubled past. But for David, the boat has become his stronghold, a symbol of defiance and control. He refuses to leave, arguing that as long as they both have rights to the vessel, he can stay. The situation has become a legal and emotional nightmare for Jenelle, who finds herself fighting not only for her property, but for a sense of closure. Her frustration spills out into her social media posts, where she vents about the situation to her millions of followers, painting David as the villain of the story. Meanwhile, David remains unapologetic, using his own platform to defend his right to live on the boat, framing himself as the wronged party in this legal tug-of-war. But behind the social media posts and public statements lies a complicated web of legalities that Jenelle can't simply escape. David, despite their separation, has a legal right to the boat at least until the court says otherwise. And so, Jenelle finds herself in the strange position of watching from the sidelines as David continues to live on what she considers her property, knowing that the legal system is moving slowly toward a resolution that could go either way. The court battle ahead will determine not only the fate of the boat, but also the future of their fractured relationship. And as tensions rise, the public is left wondering, will Jenelle finally get her clean break, or will David's refusal to budge keep them tied together for even longer?